Welcome back, everybody, to the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise here on MLB The Show 20. As today, we have Game 6 of the NLCS as our Pirates are clawing back in this series. Obviously, it started off rough. The Nationals won Games 1, 2, and 3, and we have just been in full survival mode. We have been able to win our past two games, though, winning Game 5 4-2. And this was a game that we were down for most of. However, in the 7th inning, our rookies, Pablo Cairo and Wander Franco, both stepped up, and the bullpen was able to hold it down for us to get a win. So now there are at most 2 more games left in this series, and both of them are at home. So right now, we have the momentum. If we win this Game 6 today, then we will have all the momentum going into Game 7 at home. So I think if we win this game tonight, we'll be in a really, really good spot for that final 7th game. But we got to focus on Game 6 first. We got to make sure we win this one before we worry about the next one. We cannot get too ahead of ourselves. The lineup so far in the NLCS has been up and down. It hasn't been bad, and I think it's more of the pitching's fault why we are losing in this series. And the bats, for the most part, outside of guys like Dylan Carlson struggling, Wander Franco's been inconsistent, O'Neal Cruz has been inconsistent, but other than that, everybody else is playing quite well. The bench has been solid, not great, but they've all been pretty good in their limited opportunities. But the starting pitching is what has lost us playoff games. Jameson Taillon, Santiago Osuna, Jordan Yamamoto have all started 2+ games, and all of their ERAs are very poor. None of them have really played well so far. The only starter who's gotten a lot of playing time and has actually been good is Adonis Medina. Luckily, the bullpen, for the most part, is good. Not totally, but, I mean, we just have to start games off well, and that's been the problem with this Pirates team, especially in the NLCS. We have not started games off well, and we have been unable to set the tone. That's why we're currently losing in this series. And I think if the starters can do better, and if the lineup can do better early on in games, then I think that a comeback is certainly possible, and we will forever clown the Nationals for choking a 3-1 lead. But let's get this one underway. An overcast night here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Washington Nationals, for a 3rd straight game, get the chance to clinch their bid to the World Series. Here's a look at both lineups, 1-9 regular starters for both teams. As for the Pirates on the mound, it is the rookie, Santiago Osuna, who's had a rough start to his playoff career. He started in 2 games, lost both of them, has an ERA in the 7s. First batter of the game is Trey Turner. That'll be a hit because Benny Lang totally missed it. O'Neal Cruz doesn't throw it in time. Already, the Nats have a runner on base. That'll bring up Victor Robles, who singles it into right. And already, the Pirates are off to an ugly start. 2nd and 3rd now for Gregory Polanco, as that will drive in Trey Turner safely, and the Nationals will take a 1-0 lead. Chris Bryant will strike out, swinging way too early on the curveball, and the Pirates will only allow 1, but not a great start. On the hill for Washington today is Steven Strasburg. Strasburg has a strong history in the playoffs. Not the guy who I think Pittsburgh really wants to face off against right now. Pittsburgh will start off the inning strong as Pablo Cairo, the rookie out of Venezuela, gets a base hit. Now Wander Franco, the other rookie's up, and he's grounding into a 3-6-2 double play. So the base runner was for nothing, and Washington gets 2 out. On to the top of the 2nd, runner on first here for Brandon Belt. He hits a single, and once again, with nobody out, Washington starts the inning with 2 runners on base. A prime opportunity to extend their lead, as it looks like they might do so. A single into center. Run headed home. The throw to the plate is not in time, and the Nats lead it 2-0. That was Yandy Diaz who scored. Trey Turner now up. He hits a single into left, and the bases are juiced with 1 out. So Washington has a chance to put up even more runs. Pittsburgh just does not look good right now. Huge strikeout there from Victor Robles. And now it looks like Washington will need a base hit to drive in a runner home. It is Juan Soto who's up. Going to ground it to 2nd. Franco flips it over to Josh Bell. And the Pirates are lucky to have only allowed 1. This inning could have gone way worse. And the Nationals lead it 2-0 going into the bottom of the 2nd. Runner on first here for Oneil Cruz. That's a gap shot into right center. That'll be a single for Cruz. He thought about second and will be safe at first. So now Pittsburgh has runners on the corners here and one out for Dylan Carlson. 2-1 pitch. And it looks like Pittsburgh will score two. Placed perfectly into the gap. The first runner scores home with ease. Oneil Cruz is safe at the plate with ease. A 2-run double for Dylan Carlson, who's probably been the Pirates' worst hitter in this playoffs among the starters. But nonetheless, he drives in a 2-run double. And here's Bryan Reynolds now. Deep ball on the right at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Reynolds with his first home run in the postseason. And within a matter of 2 swings, Pittsburgh is all of a sudden up 4-2. A very dramatic lead change. And just like that, Pittsburgh is now up. Top of the 3, full count pitch for Gregory Polanco. He beats this shift perfectly. That's a double for Polanco as Washington has started off all 3 innings with base runners. Polanco now on third as here's Yandy Diaz. Grounds it to Bell. Bell is going to throw home and he got Polanco. Heads up play by Josh Bell. As usually the Pirate infielders are conservative there. They would make the quick out and let the runner score. But this is playoff baseball. Josh Bell decides to take a huge risk. And it pays off as Polanco is gunned down at the plate. Let's move on to the bottom of the 4th. Score remains 4-2 as Francisco Mejia strikes out. Both pitchers starting to get into a groove. Bryan Reynolds now up. He's going to ground this one over to Brandon Belt. And after a very high-scoring start, the past 2 innings have been all about the pitchers. 4-2 through 4 in favor of the Pirates. Let's move to the 5th inning. Nobody out here for Juan Soto as this one is going to somehow get past the glove of Cruz and Franco. I don't know how they both missed it. That's a single for Juan Soto. We'll see if it comes back to bite Pittsburgh in the butt. Polanco up at the plate, and he's going to get revenge for the previous at-bat. Polanco with a 2-run shot into right center field. And it looks like not only will that defensive mishap allowing Soto to get to first safely, that'll haunt the Pirates. And it looks like Gregory Polanco is pretty mad. Chris Bryant is now up at the plate, and he is barely out at first. Good throw by Wander Franco. Yandy Diaz, the former Pirate, now up at the plate. He's going to go down on the circle change. Nice pitch by Santiago Osuna. Brandon Belt now up. 2-2 pitch, and Osuna gets the high fastball, 96, up in the zone. Belt swings way too early. That'll end Santiago Osuna's day. He wasn't terrible, but once again, not a great start from Santiago Osuna. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Pirates trying to start off hot, and they do exactly that as Pablo Cairo rips a double. It looks like Pittsburgh wants to get this lead back as Wander Franco unfortunately strikes out. So now it looks like the Pirates are going to need a base hit here. Full count pitch, 2 outs for Josh Bell, and this one gets past the infield for a hit. Cairo advancing to the plate. He is safe, standing up, and just like that, Pittsburgh gets their lead right back off the RBI single from Josh Bell as it's now 5-4. Following batter, Benny Lane will draw a walk, so now 2-on. 2 out here for Francisco Mejia as this one is hit high, fairly deep into right, but not deep enough as the former Pirate, Gregory Polanco, will make the catch. Pirates lead it 5-4 through 5 as we now advance to the 6th. Raisel Iglesias is in for Pittsburgh. He's been pretty solid so far in the postseason. 6 innings, has only allowed 2 runs. As there is the pinch hitter, Luis Garcia, striking out for the 2nd out of the inning. Following batter, Trey Turner. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Not going to make it 4 for 4. He goes down swinging. 1-2-3 inning there for Raisel Iglesias. He gets the hat trick with strikeouts. Unfortunately, it does not look like the top of the 7th will be a 1-2-3 inning as Victor Robles will start playoff with a single into center. Juan Soto now up at the plate. He's going to single it into left. Now Washington has runners on the corners with nobody out. At minimum, they should score 1 here as Gregory Polanco grounds it to short. Oneil Cruz does not flip it to second. He goes right to first. So Soto is safe at second. Run scores regardless. and it is now tied up at 5. Here's Yandy Diaz. He strikes out, and it looks like the defensive mishap by O'Neal Cruz not getting Soto out at second will not bite the Pirates in the back. As here's Mike Minor. He actually pitched the 6th inning along with the 7th. 2 shutout innings from the former Pirate Mike Minor. Granted, he was only on the team a couple months, but he was with the squad last season. As this game is tied up at 5 going into the 8th inning. Wander Suero is in for Pittsburgh, the former National. 7 postseason innings, has not allowed a run yet. He's been the best pitcher on this staff in the playoffs, as there's Starlin Castro striking out an easy 1-2-3 inning from Mr. Wander Suero. As we go to the bottom of the 8th. The man Suero was traded for in the last inning. Jace Fry is now in as he walks Benny Lang. Lang with his 2nd walk of the day. So there is a runner on first and 1 out here for Francisco Mejia. And as Matt Vescursion would say, Santa Maria. 2-run shot into left for Francisco Mejia. And the Pirates will take a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. A huge home run for Mejia, who has been outstanding in the NLCS. 415 feet. That one was a no-doubter. And Pittsburgh is in the driver's seat to try to win this game. It looked like Jace Fry knew that ball was gone once it hit Mejia's bat. And Pittsburgh now leads this one comfortably, but they're not done yet. Here's O'Neal Cruz with a gapper into left center. It looks like that'll drop for extra bases as Cruz will slide in safely at second. So now Pittsburgh has a runner in scoring position with 1 out. They lead it by 2, but they are not comfortable. They want more. Ryan Harper will enter for the Nationals. A pretty disastrous day for Jace Fry. Cruz now on third. Full count pitch for Brian Reynolds. He hits it nicely into center. However, it would be caught by Victor Robles. However, the Pirates lead it by 2 going into the top of the 9th as Ken Giles is in for the save. 3 save opportunities so far in the postseason. He's been perfect. As here's Juan Soto. Nats down to their final out. Soto draws a walk. And the tying run is up at the plate. It's the former Pirate, Gregory Polanco, who's had a busy day, and he strikes out. That's how this one ends. And as Joe Buck once said, we will see you tomorrow night for Game 7 of the NLCS. Washington started this one up 3-0. However, the Pirates have won their past 3 games, and it looks like we will need a Game 7 to determine who will represent the National League in the Fall Classic. Got to give a lot of credit to Pittsburgh. They could have rolled over and pretty much died after being down 3-0, but they have been resilient these past 3 games, and it's do or die for both teams going forward. Looking at the box score, both offenses were solid. I think Washington hit the ball a little bit better, but the Pirates were more clutch in key situations. Big day for Gregory Polanco. He had a home run. He had 4 of the 5 RBIs for the Nats. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, only 9 hits, but 7 runs. 1 home run for Reynolds, the other by Mejia. Carlson and Bill also drove in runs. The win goes to Wander Suero. The bullpen did a really good job. Santiago Osuna allowed 10 hits, 4 earned runs in 5 innings. He just has not pitched well in the postseason, and he was really good in the regular season too. So, I mean, the kid's only 20 years old. You got to give him time. But I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. Next one will be Game 7. I definitely plan on premiering that within the next couple of days, so make sure to stay tuned. And as always, have a good one. Peace.